welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another episode of the See You Next Tuesday list. This is episode 16, and we're getting close to that 20 mark. So we're going to get stuck right into the latest inductee into the See You Next Tuesday list. And it is another former manager of Newcastle United, but you might be quite surprised. This one may very well cause a bit of controversy between some of you watching, because he is quite well liked in some of corridors of the fan base. We're going to get stuck right into him in a minute. Who am I talking about? Of course, it is the man who struggled to get it over the line, Alan Pardew himself. Yes, now, it is a bit of a mixed review, Alan Pardew, really, because he managed Newcastle United from 2010 to 2014, and he did have some really good times, actually, in Newcastle United, Pardew, even though he followed Chrissy Houghton through the door. There was a lot of kind of reaction in amongst the fan base about Alan Pardew coming as the manager. Obviously, he did an all right job at West Ham, kind of disappeared. He went to Charlton, I think. Then obviously he rocked up at Newcastle United, one of those quite uninspiring Mike Ashley type appointments really at the time, but he did okay. He had a good core bunch of players. He kind of knew how to manage them, in amongst Nolan and Barton and Carroll. Then obviously had to deal with Carroll being sold. He had to kind of rebuild the squad from them. And his overall win rate in Newcastle United in the 4 years that he was there was about 38%. So not too bad in all, things considered. He obviously is very fondly remembered for the season that we finished fifth, with that team, with Ben Arthur, with Cabaye, with Tiote, with Demba Ba, with Cisse, all these really cracking players that were playing really good stuff. And, Pardew can be fondly remembered by a lot of the fans. He did start to lose it towards the end. There was a lot of Pardew outs, bed sheets up and everything else. But invariably, he was an all right manager, I think, for Newcastle United for most of his stint. And that's not why he's making the See You Next Tuesday list. No, of course not. You're probably thinking, what are you talking about, Chris? You're talking the guy up. He's doing a good job. It's not that. It isn't the fact he did a stupid dance in the FA Cup final. No, that was when he was Crystal Palace manager. That was really bad, by the way, honestly. Dad dancing to the next level. It's not the fact that he has a penchant for the ladies when he goes to Magaluf. No, it's not. It's none of that at all. What it is, and the reason that he makes the list is for one reason and one reason alone in 2014. And it's this reason right here, if you remember it. That's when Newcastle United were playing Steve Bruce's Hull, another inductee on this list. And we actually won this game 4-1. But this game will forever be remembered for Alan Pardew literally losing his head when he decided to come off of the touchline and stick his head into David Myler, who played for Hull. I think the next Mackham player at the time. A little bit of needle going on between the two of them on a touchline, as can often be with managers. And Pardew decided to take it upon himself to stick the nut on this lad, not really becoming of a Newcastle United manager in all fairness. And that's why he makes the list of the See You Next Tuesday. It's very similar to the Darren Boyer one for me. Pardew got a 7-game ban for this, 7-game ban for a manager and a 60 grand fine. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a manager in the Premier League since this incident come off and stick his hands on anybody or his head on anybody. It was a complete moment of madness by Pardew. I don't know what the hell was going on. I don't know if his 8-year contract went to his head or whatever. I've got no idea what it was, but he showed very little class in that moment, and it really tarnished his time as Newcastle United manager. Like I say, by and large, his time in Newcastle United was all right, given the fact that he was kind of dealing with shit, really, and apart from that 1 year where, Graham Carr decided to get him loads of really good players. But yeah, this moment really, unfortunately for you, Pards, gets you onto the See You Next Tuesday list. And yes, tell me if you're wrong in the comments, guys. Let us know. Always like to hear from you. Smash a comment, and we always do our best to try and reply to as many of them as we can. And as I always mention, this is the kind of thing that you like. Click subscribe, come and join us. We've got loads of new subscribers on here. We're actually well over the 4,000 subscriber mark now, so this one's out of date. But yeah, smash that button, come and join us, like the video if you can, help get it around YouTube, help the channel grow. We'll be back soon with some more See You Next Tuesday editions, because we only have, I think it's about 4 left, until we have that magic 20 number, and then we're going to flip that script and we're going to have some memories that were good for Newcastle United. But Pardew had some of those, yes, and he may be included in some of those games, but for this particular moment, this is your See You Next Tuesday moment, Alan. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next Evermore. Cheers, bye.